the 12-hour time frame is actually looking very nice to me. We're going to be looking at what actually looks bullish here. So hey guys, we're going to be taking a look at Litecoin today, seeing some possible targets for the upside for 2020, and also see if our lower targets have been met and if we're going to start trending up from here. So as you can see, we're actually coming in at number 6 right now. We're at 43.90 and up 1.55% for the day. So it's been a pretty good run up from the low that we have seen. So we're going to see if 2020 will be better for us or if we're going to keep downtrending here. So as you can see, we're going to get into the charts, but we're going to be getting into the 4-hour time frame first, then go up from there. So we're going to be doing a very in-depth analysis, and we're not going to be speculating. We're going to see what we actually have on the charts here. So if you haven't watched the Bitcoin video, go ahead and watch that. If you haven't watched the stream, if you want a really in-depth analysis on the Bitcoin charts, go ahead and watch that as well, because Bitcoin and Litecoin do move together. So you want to be seeing Bitcoin move up as well if we want to see some great moves from Litecoin as well. So having a look at this, our 37.80 target has been met. We had one at 35, but that has not been met yet, so I'll put that in the blue for you guys here. Now, as you can see, we are actually trending up very nicely, but looking at the 4-hour time frame, we are above the 10 moving average, which is the red. We are above the 21 exponential moving average, which is actually the orange here. So that is a pretty good start. And also, you got to take note that we're hitting some very hard resistance in this area. So we've had these resistance lines for a very long time if you follow this channel. And what can you see here with this resistance line? We actually have 2 of the moving averages line up with them. So the purple is the 200 exponential moving average and the yellow is the 200 simple moving average. So they will be pretty tough resistance to get past, but if we do get past that, which we have on Bitcoin as well, if we do get past that, we're definitely going to be looking for some upside targets. This is on a 4-hour time frame. So an aggressive buy, if you aren't already long from down here, would be to buy above this area and wait for the closure above it. The 200 moving average is very important. So as you can see, we've actually hit it a few times and been rejected. We haven't actually closed anywhere above it. We did close a little bit up here, but we ended up actually closing below. So looking at the momentum indicators, which is the RSI here, we actually have some bearish divergence, and that is something to keep in mind. So we might see a pullback here, even though bearish divergence on the weekends hasn't been playing out for some reason. On Bitcoin, we had 4-hour bearish divergence as well. Didn't really do much. So we're going to be looking at this. The yellow is actually below the 0 line as well, which is not good for the lower time frames. But we're going to concentrate on the high time frames here now and actually see if we can see any targets for the upside for 2020. Now, the 12-hour time frame is actually looking very nice to me. We're going to be looking at what actually looks bullish here. So first thing is the 10 simple moving average and the 21 exponential moving average are actually about to cross bullish here. So looking at this, it could definitely help us move up a little bit. These are some moving averages that I love using, and the bullish crosses are very relevant. If you haven't been following the channel, we did see a lot of examples of them. So as you can see, we actually got rejected by the 21 EMA many times, guys. As you can see right here, I'm going to point it out for you guys. Ever since we've been in this downtrend, obviously we've been below the 21 EMA, even on a 12-hour, and we keep hitting our head above it or on it and breaking it, and not breaking it. And we finally broke it right here on this last marker that I just put down for you guys, and we have finally broken it with a lot of power, as you can see. Now we are above it really well. We've actually set in a high here as well, which means we are starting to basically uptrend on the 12-hour time frame. So this was very heavy resistance. Now it does show that we have some basically potential for upside here. We haven't got this bullish cross in a while either, which is the orange 21 EMA and the red 10 simple moving average. So this is very good. We've actually got this bullish cross here as well on the MACD. Good start as well. Momentum is starting to tick up very nicely on the MACD here. As you can see, it's actually starting to tick up. So if we want to be seeing something like that for more continuation to the upside. Now, the 4-hour MACD was about to turn around. I'm going to quickly show you guys again. So we may see some temporary downside. This could turn around here. So we may see some temporary downside from this, and the momentum is kind of coming to the downside. But if the bulls can actually catch us here, it's going to be very good. So looking at the 12-hour time frame again, we're going to want to get above this resistance at 43 or 44 basically, and if we do get above this resistance, we're going to be looking for continuation to the upside at $45 at this next resistance. Now we're also going to be watching these closely. I'm going to put these on the side for you so you don't get confused. We're going to be looking for continuation up to this 89 EMA, which is the actual which is the blue EMA that I have on here. So I'm going to show you guys that so you guys can know this does actually come in the middle of these two resistances. It's definitely going to act as resistance at least once, but what's good is on the 12-hour time frame, this is a 50 EMA, the white is a 50 EMA, and we've actually closed 3 candles above it now, and we're looking pretty strong for upside. The one thing that is worrying me a little bit, I'm gonna get rid of this, the one thing that is worrying me a little bit is actually the volume. So what can you notice with the volume? It's actually horrendous here, right here. You don't want to be seeing something like this, especially when you're moving up. This is very bearish. When you see declining volume on increasing price, pretty bearish, guys. So keep that in mind, and definitely play your trades smartly here, because in a smart way here, because there may be some potential for more downside, at least for temporarily, right? So if the market does start moving together, if Bitcoin starts moving, and if some money rolls into the market and we actually come out of this bear market that we've been in for a very long time, then we're going to be looking for upside. But we're going to want the whole market to move together. We're going to want money to go into Bitcoin. We're going to want the bulls to actually come around and get some upside for Litecoin as well. And I know some people like Litecoin more than Bitcoin, and I do see that point, but it's just we'll need the market to move together. So looking at the 1-day time frame here, 1-day time frame also looking absolutely fantastic. We're actually above the 21 EMA here, which is the orange, and we have actually closed 2 candles above it, and we are on our 3rd candle. So let's see if we can get this continued move up. We are going to cross bullish on these moving averages as well. I'm going to get rid of everything so I can show you guys again. So the orange 21 EMA and the red basically a 10 simple moving average. If this does keep moving to the upside, we're going to get a bullish cross on the daily time frame. If we get the bullish cross on the 12-hour time frame, it's going to be a good sign that we're going to get it on here as well. So something to keep in mind, guys. I am really liking the looks of this. If we do take out this support, it's going to be the same thing. And what we can see here, the moving average basically lines up beautifully here. What can you see? The moving average, or the 50 EMA, lines up beautifully with this resistance. Now we're going to change this to the 55 EMA. I don't know why it's on the 50. We're going to change it to 55. As you can see, the 55, which is more important to me, is actually above even more. So we could get this basically support and hold above it, potentially just below this, and that will be at around $46. 46.80. So this is going to be a lot of work. I'm not saying that we're going to move up to here straight away. Obviously we need the market to move together, like I said, but getting this support right here, this blue support, is a very good start. Getting that bullish cross on the 12-hour time frame is a very good start. So the market is looking a little bit better on basically a lot of the coins, for a little bit of upside at least. The only thing that is worrying is the volume, the declining volume. This is not good when the price is rising and the volume is declining, and not a good sign at all, guys. So something to keep in mind. We're going to quickly look at the weekly as well. The weekly is showing some signs of momentum to the upside. So having a look at it right here, the Stokes are actually starting to turn around. They're getting very, very worn out down here. So we could have something like this happen and actually have a move up. That will be very nice. If the weekly Stokes do move up, it's going to be very, very good for us, guys. So having a look at that, it looks very good. The Stokes are turning up. Let's have a look at the MACD. The MACD is very close to getting a or could potentially get a bullish cross. So what you can see here is the momentum to the downside is actually dying a little bit. It's ticking down, so dying down a little bit. But what we can also see is if we do start curving around like we are starting to do a little bit, and we come over here and we cross bullish on a weekly time frame, MACD, guys, going to be very, very beautiful. It's going to be a very nice move. So we're going to be watching Litecoin closely and seeing some potential upside here. Now the weekly is very, very, it's just been absolutely destroyed these past few months and for this past year. So hopefully we see a move up. It's going to be very, very nice to see, and we're going to be keeping a watch on this on the live streams as well. So if you don't follow the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can watch these videos and you can get these updates. The RSI is getting tired, or it is in the bearish control territory still though, so we will have to be watching that very closely. We could stay here for a very long time like we did here, so something to keep in mind. So as I said, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It does help the channel a lot, and like the video as well. I do appreciate you guys watching the video. So I will be on stream very shortly here. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys tomorrow.